This is DD India and you're watching Express News, a program where we bring you top 100 news of the day. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Let's begin. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, President of the European Commission, addressed the joint press meet at Hyderabad House in New Delhi. Prime Minister Modi said that both sides have unanimity regarding the significance of peace, security, stability and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific region. The Indian Prime Minister welcomed the decision of the EU to join the Indo-Pacific Oceans Initiative. Ursula von der Leyen on Friday underscored the strategic importance of the European Union's relationship with India. She added that India is a certain pillar in the world of uncertainty. On this visit of European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen to India, MEA's Secretary West Tanmay Lal said that some of the key outcomes relate to trade, investment, technology, mobility, connectivity and defence. Speaking on the implementation of the MOU on semiconductors, Tanmay Lal said that India and the European Union aim to boost supply chains to facilitate talent exchange and skilling. Both leaders also agreed to strengthen AI collaboration. Earlier, Prime Minister Narendra Modi welcomed EU Chief Ursula von der Leyen and the EU College of Commissioners at Hyderabad House in New Delhi. The leaders also held delegation-level talks. European Commission Chief is in New Delhi for the first visit of EU College of Commissioners to India. EU President Ursula von der Leyen delivered her remarks in a special event focusing on the consequential partnership between EU and India in New Delhi. Ursula said that she and Indian Prime Minister shared the same view for the joint partnership between India and the EU, adding that both are uniquely placed to respond to this challenge together. She also added that a free trade agreement between EU and India would be the largest deal of this kind anywhere in the world. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar on Thursday called on the visiting European Commission President and lauded her views on re-energizing India's engagement with Europe. Minister Jaishankar further stated that the wide-ranging participation of Indian ministers and EU College of Commissioners during the visit stands testimony to the importance India gives to deeper India-EU ties. Dr. Jaishankar also participated in the India-EU bilateral cluster meeting earlier today alongside several commissioners of the European Commission. Discussions focused on connectivity, green and clean energy, security and EU expansion. Indian ministers Piyush Goyal, Ashwini Vaishnav and 21 members of EU College of Commissioners participated in the second India-EU Trade and Technology Council meeting today. Leaders took stock of the significant progress made in digital partnership, clean and green energy initiatives and also exchanged views on new opportunities in semiconductors, AI, 6G and a mutually beneficial trade regime. Indian ministers Dharmendra Pradhan and Jayant Singh met European Commission's Vice President Roxana Minzatu along with her delegation. Leaders discussed ways to further energize India-EU strategic partnership as well as creating new paradigms. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has extended greetings on the National Science Day today. In a tweet, Prime Minister Modi urged young innovators to keep popularizing science and innovation to build a developed India. On National Science Day, India's Minister of State for Science and Technology, Dr. Jitendra Singh, flagged off indigenously developed e-tractor and e-tiller. The minister highlighted India's technological prowess while mentioning the Deep Sea mission. India's Home Minister Amit Shah chaired a key meeting to review the law and order situation in Delhi today. Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta and senior police officials, including the Police Commissioner, were also present. India's Health Minister JP Nadda inaugurated the 9th National Summit on Good and Replicable Practices and Innovation in the Public Healthcare System in Puri, Odisha. The Sensex ended in red on Friday. It plunged by over 1,400 points to 73,198. The Nifty at the National Stock Exchange on Friday ended 1.8% down at 22,125. Gold futures maturing on April 4th were priced at 84,725 rupees per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. The inaugural NXT Conclave 2025 is taking place in New Delhi on Friday. Professor Carlos Montes of the University of Cambridge Business School is in India to participate in the inaugural conclave. Ahead of the conclave, Professor Carlos said that Unified Payments Interface UPI has the potential for other countries to learn from and get ideas on how to adopt it in their own countries. Group of 20 finance ministers and central bank governors closed their meeting in Cape Town on Thursday without reaching consensus on a communique instead of agreeing to a chair's summary. South Africa's Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana said that he was not happy that the G20 meeting could not issue a joint communique. OpenAI has launched a research preview of its latest AI model, GPT 4.5, for pro users and developers worldwide with enhanced pattern recognition and creative insight. The model represents a significant leap forward. CEO Sam Altman called it a giant, expensive model, revealing that GPU shortages have delayed a full rollout. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq ended sharply lower on Thursday, weighed down by a slump in chipmaker Nvidia after its quarterly report failed to rekindle Wall Street's AI rally. Chief of Army Staff General Upendra Dwivedi delivered a keynote address on India's strategic overview and regional geopolitical situation at École des Guerres to the French Joint Staff College course in France. He provided a comprehensive overview of India's strategic landscape and regional geopolitical dynamics to the audience, which included 98 international officers from 68 countries. The decision was finalized in a joint meeting of the Jatiya Nagrik Committee and the Anti-Discrimination Student Movement held at the Nagrik Committee's central office in the capital on Thursday. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is in Washington to strike a mineral deal with the United States and discuss future aid with President Trump. Donald Trump met UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer on Thursday for the first time since the US leader took office. The meeting was focused on Ukraine and Britain's bilateral ties. The two leaders discussed the tough and fair Ukraine peace deal with Trump. Starmer emphasized that Britain was ready to provide military support to back it. The US and the UK leaders also discussed bilateral ties, on which Donald Trump highlighted that both countries are working for a bilateral trade agreement. Following the announcement of the new economic deal, Starmer visited the Palantir Technologies headquarters in Washington, known for providing government-related software. The office of the British Prime Minister said that Starmer will chair a morning call with Baltic nations before welcoming Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to the Downing Street. Leaders will discuss the next steps in planning for security guarantees and how to strengthen Ukraine's current position with military support. US President Donald Trump said that his government had good talks on Gaza and that he thought it was coming up with solutions to problems in the Middle East. Israeli Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich will meet US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent in Washington next Wednesday. Israel announced on Thursday that it was sending negotiators to Cairo for talks seeking to extend the first phase of a ceasefire due to expire in 2 days. The talks will aim to secure the release of more hostages while delaying any final deal on Gaza's future. The announcement came after Hamas handed over 4 bodies of hostages as part of the 6-week phase of the ceasefire. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio met Mexico's Foreign Secretary Juan Ramon in Washington, D.C. for bilateral talks. Mexico is working with the United States to reach an agreement on tariffs before an impending deadline. Mexico extradited 29 alleged drug traffickers to the United States as Mexico was facing mounting pressure from the US president to tackle drug smuggling. Russian and US teams held 6 hours of talks in Turkey on Thursday to try to restore normal functioning of their embassies. Vladimir Putin said that the initial contacts with Donald Trump's new administration had inspired hope. The Kremlin last year described relations as below zero under the administration of Joe Biden. We are heading for a short break here on DD India. We'll be back with Express News in just a bit. Stay tuned.
India is known as the land of yoga. Few extraordinary individuals have taken this magic of ancient wisdom to people around the world.
Paramahansa Yogananda taught that, the basic law of right human behavior is self-reform. And that means if we can put the majority of our effort to changing ourselves for the better, then we will influence others in the world by our example. India has its ancient teachings of yoga has a real place to play in the developing world civilization, and what it means to be a global citizen, to consider the whole world kind of in your embrace.
Welcome back. You're watching Express News on DD India. Let's resume. Delhi residents woke up to a cloudy sky and light rain on Friday morning. The national capital continues to experience fluctuating weather conditions with a mix of warm and cold spells. According to the India Meteorological Department, the national capital witnessed its warmest February night in 74 years, with the minimum temperature at the Safdarjung Observatory settling at 19.5 degrees Celsius on Thursday. The Met Department predicted that Delhi on Saturday is expected to see cloudy sky and light rain with a minimum temperature of 15 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 27 degrees Celsius. A wildfire continued to spread in the coastal city of Ufunato in Iwate Prefecture in northeastern Japan, leaving one dead. Firefighters battled to contain fires raging across Japan's northeastern coastal city of Ufunato. The fire that broke out in Ufunato on Wednesday has scorched approximately 600 hectares of land. A group of Etna guides climbed Europe's highest volcano to collect hot lava and turn it into ashtrays and souvenirs. With the fiery lava cascading down the volcano slopes and smoke billowing around, Antonio Longo from Alpine Etna Sud Guides group used special tools to pick up the hot lava, put it into a mold and cool it down with snow. India's gaming revolution goes global with 20 winning game developers selected to participate at the Game Developers Conference or GDC from March 17 to 21st in San Francisco. The 20 developers were declared at the end of the grand finale of the third edition of the Bharat Tech Triumph program. Over 3 editions, BTTP has witnessed participation from over 1,500 of India's best game developers and students, making it the definitive platform for fostering innovation and entrepreneurship for Made in India for the world, technology and IP. In response to Japan's rapidly aging population and a declining working age population, Waseda University has developed IRAC, a humanoid robot designed to assist with elderly care tasks, addressing the country's shortage of care workers. An artificial intelligence-driven humanoid robot called IRAC is designed to carry out tasks such as changing diapers or preventing bed sore for elderly who need critical care. The Royal Geographical Society will unveil its collection with British heritage travel organisation Travels Fair for the first time at its headquarters in London. The organization, along with Travels Fair, have put together historical itineraries for the travellers that include countries such as Italy, Japan, Canada, Peru, Bolivia, Argentina and Brazil. Tickets to the Royal Geographical Collection are free and it is open to the public. A screen print of the late Queen Elizabeth II by artist Andy Warhol is among dozens of images of the royal family, which will go on display in Edinburgh on Friday. The exhibition chronicles the evolution of royal portrait photography from the 1920s until the coronation of King in 2023, with more than 90 prints, proofs and documents from the Royal Collection and the Royal Archives. Hundreds of original movie posters from Hollywood classics such as King Kong and War of the Worlds are set to be auctioned in London on March, as one of the world's largest private collections goes on sale. The Incredible Collection is one of the world's largest private assemblies of movie posters, offering a unique glimpse into the rich history of cinema. Ahead of the Christie's Art of Surreal Evening Sale and the 20th 21st Century Evening Sale, about 50 pieces of art, including pieces by Claude Monet, René Magritte and Francis Bacon, are on display in London. According to Michelle McMullen, co-head of the 20th 21st Century Evening Sale, the evening sale is reserved for the best top quality works that are coming to market this year. Hundreds of thousands of carnival revelers took over the streets of Rhineland in Western Germany, dancing, singing, drinking and showing off their colourful costumes. The parties and parades in Germany will continue through the weekend until Ash Wednesday, which in the Christian calendar marks the beginning of the Lenten season of prayer, fasting and atonement. The fashion world is eagerly anticipating what celebrities will be wearing on Oscars' red carpet on Sunday. Celebrity stylist Alexandra Mandelkorn has declared Demi Moore as the top pick this season and applauded the actress's personal journey within the industry. The stylistic choices made by celebrities are expected to reflect both old and new Hollywood styles in Oscars' red carpet. Show hosts Lily Estefan and Raul de Molina, best known for their show El Gordo Ya Flaca, were honored on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The dynamic duo has captivated Latino audiences since 1998. The two received their own individual stars near Hollywood Boulevard and La Brea. Vibrant colors and playful silhouettes dominated 2025 Essence Black Women in Hollywood Awards, held at the Fairmont Century Plaza in Los Angeles. The event saw the likes of Zoe Kravitz, Issa Rae, Meagan Good and more stars on the red carpet. This year, the event was hosted by Aldous Hodge with honorees including Cynthia Erivo, Tiana Taylor, Marla Gibbs, Ramla Mohammed. Italian luxury label Prada said its women's wear collection at Milan Fashion Week aimed to question what femininity is today and how it can be defined. Milan Fashion Week, running until March 3rd, is the third stop in the month-long global fashion calendar, which also features shows in New York, London and Paris. Gucci sent a collection of furry coats, slim pencil skirts and slim dresses down the catwalk for its fall-winter show. A lineup of styles for women and men drawn up by its design studio as the Kering-owned Italian label awaits its next designer. Italian fashion house Fendi brought dark tones and contrasting textures to its Milan Fashion Week runway as the luxury brand showcased its 2025-26 autumn-winter collection. Fendi also presented its BFF charms, large characters wearing different looks inspired by the autumn-winter show and made from upcycled fabrics. The Vienna State Opera takes place in the Grand Vienna State Opera House, Austria. It is the finale of Viennese carnival season, the pinnacle of the winter months. On the unique night, the auditorium was transformed into a ballroom and bedecked with 5,500 glittering guests from socialites to politicians and international celebrities. On to sports news. Afghanistan posted a target of 274 runs for Australia in a must-win encounter in the Champions Trophy at Lahore's Gaddafi Stadium on Friday. South Africa would look to seal semi-final berth in the Champions Trophy when they face an out-of-form England on Saturday. Shubman Gill ended speculation around his participation in the India versus New Zealand clash as he trained for 2 hours in Dubai on Thursday. Royal Challengers Bangalore suffered its third consecutive home defeat in Women's Premier League 2025, going down to Gujarat Giants by 6 wickets on Thursday. Delhi Capitals faced Mumbai Indians in a top-of-the-table clash at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bengaluru on Friday. Chris Gayle and Don Smith guided West Indies Masters to an 8-run win over England Masters in the International Masters League 2025. Grandmaster R. Pragnananda played out a second straight draw against Turkey's Gürel Ediz in the second round of the Prague Masters. India's Arvind Chidambaram crashed through the defences of Germany's Vincent Keymer in the second round of the Prague Masters. One of the most talented players of his generation, the 10th world chess champion Boris Spassky, has passed away at the age of 88. Netherlands' Talon Griekspoor will face Stefanos Tsitsipas of Greece in the semi-finals of the Dubai Championships on Friday. The Laureus Academy revoked tennis number 1 Yannick Sinner's nomination for its annual World Sportsman of the Year award on Thursday, citing his 3-month doping ban. Luís Figo of Portugal, Brazil's Rivaldo and Spaniard Fernando Morientes will play in an exhibition match between Real Madrid and Barcelona legends in Navi Mumbai on April 6th. Fenerbahce manager Jose Mourinho, who was handed a 4-match ban and fined by the Turkish Football Federation. This was following his comments about Turkish referees. Bologna dented AC Milan's Serie A top 4 hopes with a 2-1 victory over them on Thursday. West Ham followed up their victory over Arsenal with a 2-0 win against Leicester in the English Premier League on Friday. That's it in this edition of Express News. I'm Tanvi Taneja. From all of us here in New Delhi, thank you for watching. Namaskar.